It's the top of the hour, and I'm going to start beginning the show with something I do every other hour, but not the top of this hour. And that's with an ID.
Broadcasting live in your region, across our nation, and around the world, this is Snowman Multimedia.
We need to see it.
Put somebody in the middle of the field.
It's really, in the end, basically a skill issue.
Jesus Christ.
Well, that game sucked.
You fool!
I'm on Alarm Island.
What the f*** is that?
Give me them cocks!
Now get out my face, you thirsty bitches.
Now get out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
Now get out of my face, you thirsty bitches. Now get the hell out of my face, you thirsty bitches. I don't think the commissioner can ever appear again.
He will, but
I know he will. It's Friday and I got 2 words. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Mister, will you please wake up?
Good morning. Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up. I got to thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
there was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Oh, get those shields out of here.
Let's go, baby.
The band is back together. Sorta. Good morning and welcome one and all to the fabulous, fantastic football Friday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. This first hour is powered by Invader Coffee, fuel for the fearless. Pizza standing by. The core is back. The core is back together. Beautiful lady in my ear, helping to produce the show today. Brendan Sorsby saga will not shut up. We got deeds to tell us about that. But I'm going to share a true story about when Jody and I first met. And Victor knows this one, but Shane doesn't.
Okay.
The first year Jody and I were together, 2018, I did a football game in Maryville, Indiana. Now, I love doing football games in Indiana because, unlike Illinois, and I hate calling them out like this, but I'm going to. Unlike Illinois, and Victor knows this, they actually bring food.
Oh yeah.
Michigan City, LaPorte, Portage, everybody in the Duneland Athletic Conference.
Well, it depends where, because the Catholic League, the Catholic League knows how to
feed you.
Yeah, they know how to tailgate.
We've done CCL games, and we walked out of there 15 pounds heavier.
Yep, they know how to feed you. They know how to tailgate.
On this particular night in Maryville, Indiana, and I should have known this about Demery Stadium because it happened once before, they don't have water in there. Instead, they load you up with caffeine.
Well, that just makes it worse on a hot day now, doesn't it?
Right.
It was hot. It was hot. It was Michigan City played Maryville. Michigan City whipped their asses. And I had to do a 3.5-hour broadcast with caffeine. I didn't want caffeine. I wanted water.
But
That's my
instead you got
standard.
caffeine.
But they didn't have water. They had caffeine. So I tried cheating fair with Diet Pepsi. That didn't work. Now these are 20 ounce. These are 20-ounce bottles that they had here. Keep that in mind. These are 20-ounce bottles.
Okay.
And Jody was picking me up for the weekend. Yeah. First quarter, Diet Pepsi.
Second quarter, Diet Pepsi.
Second quarter, no, regular Pepsi. Third quarter,
Caffeine.
cherry Pepsi.
Cherry Pepsi, gotcha. It can't be caffeine Pepsi because there's nothing but caffeine there.
So I figure fourth quarter, I should have enough caffeine and enough drink to get me through the final 12 minutes. Wrong.
Problem is, when you overload on caffeine,
you crash.
Correct.
Yep, you do.
You crash.
We talked to people who actually used to rely heavily on caffeine, and then we crashed.
And one that still does rely heavily on caffeine.
And you
Like
crashed.
like I am this morning. Fourth quarter, I had no choice. I wanted water bad. So I told one of the fans, find this broadcaster some water, please. He didn't make it. He couldn't get out of the he couldn't get down to the concession stand fast enough before they closed.
Oh.
So what does old snowman do? I grab a cherry Pepsi. Glug, glug, glug. By the time Justin Wozniak put the final score on the board, I was a dead duck.
Yep.
I finished the game, and I was wobbly. I was on nothing but adrenaline at this point in time. And I got out of the stadium. My friend Josh picked me up, drove me back to where we were staying, and Jody was waiting on me. Thank you, Jesus. I raced in, grabbed my weekend bag, and got the hell out of there. So, getting ready to drive down to Terre Haute. Oh, yeah, sick. I was very dehydrated. Didn't know it at the time, but I was very dehydrated. And we had a 3-hour drive to Terre Haute. My honey says to me, if you had some chocolate, do you think you could complete the drive? Certainly. So she gets me some Reese's sticks.
Oh, boy.
One problem. Didn't work.
Yeah.
Why? I was already overloaded with sugar.
Yep.
And sugar does one thing. It dehydrates you.
Eventually, you crash.
So we get 1 mile down the road, and I was dead. I was dead. So she drives the rest of the way to Terre Haute. I sleep when we get down to Terre Haute. I'm out.
You can't go any further.
I can't do anything else. Brain's gone, body's gone, I'm gone. So she wakes me up. We go in the house. Had a wonderful weekend together. When I got sleep. Okay? Watched the Colts game together. We were great. Once I got sleep, we were all over the place in Terre Haute. Once I got sleep. But that Friday night, not even chocolate could save the day.
No. Nope.
Not even one of my favorite snacks, which Victor knows is a Reese's Sticks, could save the day.
Yep.
I was already loaded with sugar. I was already loaded with caffeine, and my body said, F you, I'm gone.
I've had enough.
I've had enough.
F this ish, I'm out.
Yep. That's the exact song I was singing.
Now, I told this story to you guys a while back. Actually, we have someone to bring in, so I'll probably tell a little bit later.
We'll bring him in after we'll bring him in after the break.
Okay, so
but I wanted to share that.
That's crazy.
I wanted to share that somehow I got
through a game.
I got 2 Terre Haute
and then
passed
out.
I got to Terre Haute, and both of us passed completely out. Just passed all the way out. That's the only reason I hate Demery Stadium in Maryville, Indiana. That's the only reason.
Right.
I mean, they got a double-decker press box. I love it.
Right. They just got no water.
They got space for everybody to work. I love that.
No water.
No water. They got score sheets and drive sheets and sheets where you can keep track of the game just in case you forget your materials, which I did, and I love that. No water.
No milk.
None. No water. In charge of Demery called me and he said, I love one thing. He says, what's that? No water. And he starts laughing.
That's not funny.
I don't see a doggone thing funny.
That's not funny.
Oh, by the way, I'm the only other broadcaster in there. There were 2 broadcast crews. I was one of them. No water.
Bruh.
Taught me a lesson, and Jody echoes it every time. Bring your own. BYOW. Bring your own water. I've done it every day since then when I've gone on the road. Let's take a break. We get totally deets with the Brendan Sorsby saga, and later on we will ask the question, is the WNBA out to get Caitlin Clark and the Fever? That and more. Snowman in the Morning continues in a deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
The original Think Drink is back. Level up with proven ingredients formulated to crush your competition. No gimmicks, no jitters, no messing around. Just high potency results that keep you moving day or night. There's a new nerd in town, and we came to play. Nerd Focus. Smarter than energy.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central. Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text. Delete!
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels. Cause we take this job so serious.
I'm sorry, what are these things called?
Spices?
Spices, thank you. My brain went bleh.
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Dr. K approved. Dr. K approved. 16 after the hour, and I know somebody that's got a message for one Brendan Sorsby.
Passionate.
Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40!
Unflinching.
Let's go back to losing. Parking was easier.
Unrelenting.
They're not gonna keep him off the field tonight!
Totally.
This one has a chance!
Deeds.
That's not just a murmur, that's a full-blown fibrillation.
The ultimate journalist, the ultimate brother, the ultimate friend, Chris Dietz, as we get totally Dietz on this Friday. How are you, brother? Great to have you, as always.
You're the one who shares my pain as a Cowboys fan.
It's muted. There you go.
How's it going, man?
What's up, Dietz?
I tell you, we talked this on Monday. We talked about what's a Big 12 going to do. The minute we get off the air, the Big 12, and props to the Big 12, if we should do Adult of the Week. If we had Balls of the Week, the balls of the Big 12 to come out and sue Texas Tech, not just Texas Tech, sue Texas Tech, the Texas Tech AD, and the Texas DA's office. All three of them, they sued them all.
Yep.
Sued them all.
Sued them all.
And needless to say, 4 hours later, Brendan Sorsby was in the NFL supplemental draft, and his collegiate career is over.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
But, I mean, it took this saga, it took that move by the Big 12 to make everybody realize something that they should have realized. They should have realized it from the beginning. His career was over.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't know what Texas Tech was trying to do. I get it. They want the kid to play for him, but once he went through what he went through, you had to realize his playing days are done.
Right.
And he tried every way to circumvent it, and somehow they found a judge in Texas who made one of the dumbest rulings I've ever seen.
Yep.
And I mean, we talked about that on Monday, but after that, the Big 12 easily could have laid this down. They could have done nothing. They could have just let this play out and let it go. But no, they stood up for what was right. They knew they knew what the right thing to do was, and they didn't even bother saying, "Look, we're going to do it." They went full on. We're suing everybody. We're making sure that this sticks.
Suing everybody.
So
everybody gets.
It's the Oprah treatment. It's the Oprah treatment. You get a lawsuit. You get a lawsuit. You get a lawsuit.
You get a lawsuit. You get a lawsuit.
But here's the thing. Here's the rub, and here's where everybody's going to miss the boat. We're not done with Brendan Sorsby. The NCAA is not done with Brendan Sorsby. Brendan Sorsby still has a lawsuit in Ohio.
Yep.
For breaking the transfer portal.
Mm-hmm.
For transfer portal rules that will shape how the NIL works for the rest of our time here.
Yep.
And that's actually the gambling one. I actually didn't think much was going to come of the gambling one. I thought it was an open and shut case. Like,
yep.
Not only did he gamble, which clearly stated in the NCAA rules, you cannot gamble. Not only was he gambling, he was gambling on football, on college football, which is absolutely asinine.
Yep.
And not only was he betting on college football, he was betting on college football for teams that he was involved with.
He was involved with.
Three levels. It was absolutely. I thought it was open shut. Like, what are we doing? Throw this out. Like, no, you're not playing anymore. You're done. Like, they can do what they want with you. You've broken every rule possible.
Yeah.
But again, they found the one judge in Texas who doesn't know the law and just doesn't care and was like, "Yeah, go ahead. You have a gambling problem? Yeah, it's fine if you break the rules. Oh, it's okay because you have a gambling problem." Like, no, that's not how it works. No, it doesn't work that way.
Because it clearly, like you said, Deeds,
this case in Ohio is more important. It's more important to the future of college football.
Mm-hmm.
Because the case in Ohio is basically the rundown of the case is, so Brendan Sorsby transferred to Cincinnati from Indiana, where he started his career as a third stringer, transfers to Cincinnati to be their starting quarterback. Now they give him an NIL deal. They give him a contract for 2 years, $2 million. They give him $2 million for 2 years.
For 2 years.
Now, that is if Brendan Sorsby plays starting quarterback for Cincinnati for the 25 and 26 season. Well, after the 25 season, Brendan Sorsby decides, you know what? It would be better for me if I transfer to Texas Tech. And now Cincinnati says, "Hey, you breached the contract.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be here for 2 years. You're assigned to a contract." And so now they want $1 million of. They say Brendan Sorsby owes them $1 million, which again should be clear cut. Again, I'm not a lawyer, but common sense says if you sign a contract and you're supposed to be there for 2 years,
and you break it, that's a breach.
You breach contract.
Yeah, it's a breach of contract.
Now, so this ruling is going to tell us. This ruling is going to tell us what those contracts are. Now, Brendan Sorsby and his team, they have stated that it's not a contract. And it's not a contract, and therefore there is no obligation on their part. And again, I don't know how it legally breaks down. All I can say is if this is how the NIL, this is going to tell you how the NIL is going to work. But this is also, this opens Pandora's box in these NIL deals, and we talked about it earlier in the summer. We talked about it earlier in the winter. You know, we talked about it with the whole Dabo Swinney situation, where you had Dabo Swinney grab a guy from the transfer portal, and before he even started, he's getting contacted by other schools saying, "Hey, don't sign there, sign here, and we'll give you like." Everything about the transfer portal, everything about the NIL deals, it needs to be reworked. And you have this whole push of Save College Sports, which has passed the House and is now going to the Senate floor. And you have everybody misinterpreting what the point of that is. And you have people saying, "Oh, they want college to go back now." And let me just say this right now: that toothpaste is out too. You're not putting that back in. Like, it's not going to go back to the old ways. But that's not what they want. No one wants it to go back to the old ways.
Right.
Because we remember the old days. In the old days, if you don't think NIL deals existed back in the day, you sweet summer child. Like,
I submit. Wait a minute. If you didn't think, just a moment, Deets. If you didn't think NIL deals existed when I was first watching college football, like in the early 80s, I submit to you 3 letters: SMU.
Exactly. These deals happen. These deals were happening. They were just happening in the back alley. They were happening in the back alleys where nobody was seeing it.
Right.
Okay? What NIL deals did, the one good thing NIL deals have done is they put everything on Front Street. Everything's right there for us to say, all right, this guy's playing here. He's going to make X millions of dollars, X thousands of dollars, whatever that contract is. That's what they're making, and now we can see it instead of guys being handed envelopes.
Right.
You know, it's right out there. I mean, if you don't. Again, you can now have two live crew taking the Miami team out to dinner, and it can be okay. Like they don't have to hide it. They don't have to hide behind it. So that's a good thing.
The first school I thought of in terms of NIL deals before SMU was Georgia. And I got a 2-word reason why. Herschel Walker. That's the first school I thought of. Now, I can't prove it.
You just watch a documentary on SMU and listen to what Eric Dickerson said. Eric Dickerson's sitting there telling you, yeah, I met with Texas, I met with Arkansas, I met with Colorado. Texas offered me a car. He goes through what everybody was offering him to come there. And again, none of that was legal. None of that was legal back then. That was right. That was all under the table. Hey, here's what we're doing. Nobody the thing is, everybody knew it was the worst kept secret. If you didn't know that this was happening, it's the worst kept secret, right? In college sports, that you knew guys were getting stuff behind the scenes like that. That it doesn't change anything.
No, it doesn't.
What needs to be changed and what needs to be revamped as far as the NIL system is concerned is they need to blow up the current system of what they're doing.
Yep.
But they need to have something to replace it. And what they need to do is make it fair and make it interesting for everybody, that everybody can follow the same rules. You can't just go in and go, hey, you offered your quarterback $1 million. Well, guess what? We'll give him $3 million to come play for us. Like, there shouldn't be bidding wars over these kids. Everything should be laid out. And so what I propose, the other problem with the NIL is you have people doing what I just talked about with Brent Sorby. Transfer from Indiana, transfer to Cincinnati, transfer to
Texas Tech,
transfer again. Like, you have guys transferring 3 or 4 times in a college career. That should not be happening. Like, that shouldn't be allowed.
Right.
If a guy transfers once, I get it. Like, all right, you transferred once, that's fine. If you're transferring 2 or 3 times, that shouldn't be happening. So my way of preventing both of these issues is this. There should be, and I'm just going to use straight up numbers. These are not like set in stone numbers. I'm just using them so that we can easily do math along the way. So there should be a cap on what you can offer a guy to come in for his freshman year. Let's say that's $1 million. Okay. So a guy comes in his freshman year, he makes $1 million.
Right.
If he stays with that program for the second year player can make up to $2 million.
Right.
But for length of and you just add $1 million to each one. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So each one, so you would just double it each time. But if you've stayed with that team, they can offer you times 2, times however long you've been there.
Right.
So what have we just done? We've given you, all right, you can offer a player this much money. So they offer him $1 million as freshman year. His next year, he could make up to $2 million. But because he stayed with the program, he could make up to $4 million.
Right.
So you see, and then the third year, he could make $6 million. The third year, he could make $4 million. But he could make up to $10 million, up to $10 or $12 million if he's been there for 3 years. So it incentivizes people to stay with the program they're at.
They are. Yeah.
Now, if they want to leave, they can. They get paid. They can get paid the $3 million. They can get paid $3 million to go play for someone else, but they can't make They make the most money by staying where they signed first.
Yeah. I agree.
Me, and everybody knows. Everybody knows what the deal is. So it's not, hey, if I go to Ole Miss, I can get 1.5 million, and Clemson can only give me $1 million. No, you can. They can offer you up to $2 million, and Clemson can match their offer. Clemson can match that offer. So again, everyone knows what it is. You're not outbidding for these kids. Everyone knows what they're getting, when they're getting there, and that should be the way that it's done. Rather than having people like the Clemson deal, where guy gets called halfway through his recruiting process. Hey, re-enter the portal, and we'll double it. Like,
right.
You should not be. No one should be able to do that. And if a school does do that, they should have major sanctions put on them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But again, my thing, the 2 biggest problems, again, are guys transferring 3 or 4 times, and guys just getting in bidding wars in order to do their thing. And again, that program I just put out, that's the easiest way to do it. Now, would there? Like I said, I just used $1 million because that's just something easy. Is that more? Is that over or less? I don't know. I don't know what people are making in the NIL deals, but there are people that know this stuff. There are people that know this math and can work out what. If I'm calling
Right.
it's 85 million. It is right. Maybe I was too high, million. Maybe 500,000 is more feasible. Like I said, I don't know. I just use numbers to make the math work, but you see how it works. Every year, they're able to get paid a little bit more, and they're incentivized to stay with the program that they started with.
It's like you said, incentivize
I
them.
don't.
It's like you said, Deeds, incentivize them to stay where they are.
Right.
Incentivize them to stay where they are, and you have and you solve the problem. But they're incentivized now.
Again,
they're incentivized now because, as you said a moment ago, Deeds, of all the bidding wars.
Right, but again, welcome to college football, and we're going to talk about this in the next story I have. But welcome to college football, where they just jump in. They don't even test the waters with this stuff. They just go full on cannonball from the high dive.
Right.
And they don't. And this is why these programs are wrought with misconduct, with fraud, they just create problems that if you sat and looked at this for 5 seconds, you'd be able to figure this out. If you had people who actually cared about what is this going to do to the game, and this is the thing, like when the transfer portal was put in, you had people like me who said, this is not set up. They need to pause it. They cannot start this right away. And I can't tell you the amount of harassment that comes after. Oh, you just don't want kids to have. And I'm like, no. What I'm saying is, you need to think this out. There are problems, and every time I was, what about kids who go somewhere and then get again right away? How does that affect college football going forward? Is that a good thing for college football or not? And everybody said, "Oh, that's not going to happen. People are only going to transfer once, and they're only going to use it once." No. We've seen now we've seen it happen. Now we've seen it become a culture of guys going one place, and never settling down. That's a bad thing for college football, and college football needs to look at it. College football, they didn't think it was going to happen. The same thing happened with the playoff. The same thing is happening with the NIL deal. Oh yeah, we'll let these NIL deals come in, and it won't change the game of football, and it changed the way college football is for the foreseeable future. And the thing is, when you argue these things, when you point these things out, like, hey, this is what we're thinking, and you go, and you start pointing out, you're going to have a problem unless you cover this, and this scenario. When you bring those scenarios up, you get labeled. You get pushback from people. Oh, you just don't want kids to make their own choices. No, I want everybody to make their own choice. I want everybody to make a fair choice. I don't want people to be able to game the system.
And which is what students are doing now. They're gaming the system.
Exactly. They're gaming the system. Schools are gaming the system. Everybody involved is using this to their advantage. But if you point it out, people are like, oh no, well, that's not going to happen. And then 3 years down the road, when you're like, look at all of this, look what's happening. They say, oh well, we can't fix it because we're stuck now. These problems, they act like these problems just happened, like they just showed up out of the blue. The problems were there from the start, from the jump. These problems were there, and anybody who pointed them out was criticized and was looked at as, those are conspiracy theories. You're crazy because you're crazy. That's not going to happen. And then when it happens, they don't even look to the people who look to the people who were talking about this first, because they saw it before you guys did. They saw it and they said, here, they've probably been like me looking at it and going, how can we fix this? How can we fix what they've done so that when it breaks, they can come to me and say, how do we fix? I've been working on this for 3 years. I got you. Here's where you went wrong at the beginning. Let's trash this system you have right now and make everything start at square one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen. That's what this Save College Sports bill is all about. This is the nuclear option. It should never have gotten this far.
Right.
It should never have gotten to the halls of Congress. And let me be the first to tell you, they ain't going to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Because government doesn't fix anything.
No, they don't.
If you're counting on the government to fix it, you're already in a bigger problem. It's already a bigger problem than you got.
Yep. Put a pin in that. Put a pin in. Go ahead, dog.
It seems to me like this is the easiest question in the book, but what actually happened to the game itself? Because it seems like the NCAA is treating this more like a business than the game.
You just answered your own question.
It's been that way for quite some time now.
You just answered your own question.
It's been that way for quite some time.
It's always been, the thing is, it's always been a business. It's always been a business. The thing is, the business part of it used to be in the back. Yep. The business part of it used to be in the back.
Yep.
It used to be in the back. Everybody knew it was happening. Everybody, and they went along and they did their. Now it's on Front Street.
How do you think colleges got? How do you think the colleges, even in the 80s, when I started watching college football, how do you think they got as big as they did? How do you think college football got the deals that they did? Because I can tell you, even in the 80s, they were shuffling around television deals. Television deals in conferences. They were shuffling that around in the 80s.
Wasn't it late 80s Notre Dame got its deal with NBC or early 90s?
1990. Yeah, 1990, right before the national
1990. Because Notre Dame used to hop on ESPN, they used to hop on CBS, and matter of fact, 1990 was the last year they were on CBS. And remember, 89, Notre Dame won it all. Okay, so when Notre Dame won their championship, after the 88 season, when they went to the desert and clobbered West Virginia in the Fiesta Bowl, that was the pinnacle, especially as far as television deals go. So for a year and a half, Notre Dame was being shopped. Basically, with every Notre Dame game, they were being shopped around. Who was going to get the Notre Dame contract? Was it going to be ABC? Was it going to be ESPN? And if you think about it, ABC and ESPN were in bed, but even in bed together, even back in the 90s, 80s and 90s. Worst kept secret in the world. Okay, they just tried to hide it under the table, just like some of these students are trying to hide under the table. But Notre Dame.
The funny thing is about that, boss, they really couldn't hide it because their motorsports coverage.
Yeah. But 1989 and 1990, 1989, Notre Dame was being shopped around because the last year that Notre Dame was being shopped around was 1990. And the game that ended the shopping was when Notre Dame went to Knoxville, Tennessee and clobbered them, and it was on CBS. After that season, that is when Notre Dame got their exclusive television deal with NBC. Right after the 1990 season. Because Notre Dame was drawing win or lose, Notre Dame was drawing ratings all over the place. It was just a matter of who was going to land them.
Right.
It was just a matter of who was going to land them. And everyone thought, and I can tell you because I got into arguments with some of my friends at Northeast Missouri State about this who were broadcasting heads like everybody thought that CBS was going to land that contract. They couldn't for two reasons. One, they already had a contract with the SEC. And two, They already had a contract with the Big Ten, and that was in existence since 1985. So they couldn't land. No, they couldn't land Notre Dame.
Well, it's not. It's not. I mean, we can talk about the Notre Dame contract. Even back then, when Notre Dame signed that contract, a lot of people were just talking about this is going to break college sports. And people said, no, it's just Notre Dame. It's just Notre Dame is going to get their contract. Then what did we see? We saw conferences trying to get all of their contracts. And the bigger thing to go back to is you look at who's complaining now. Who's complaining about contracts right now? You have the Big Ten and the SEC who have their big deals, and they don't want to share them with anybody.
Right.
But if you just go back to the 2000s, if you just go back to the 2000s, 2000 to 2010, if you go back to then, the Big 12, the Pac-12, the ACC, they were all looking for big. They were all looking at big. They were staring big TV contracts in the face.
In the face, yep.
And they were getting the big games. Why? Because the SEC and the Big Ten were down. Again, this is before Saban, before Tebow. Before Saban and Tebow revived the SEC, the SEC was as down as you could get. And anybody who wants to argue that, just look at Auburn. Just look at the undefeated Auburn team that missed the national championship game because their schedule wasn't hard enough because they played in the SEC. If you said that now, if you said this team went undefeated in the SEC now and missed the championship, people would throw shit. But that's how it was back then. You had Texas and Oklahoma playing for a national championship. You had them play each other in a national championship game.
Right.
You had Texas and Oklahoma. You had the Big 12, Texas and Oklahoma play for a national championship 5 years straight. One of those teams was in the national championship game for 5 years straight. You had Florida State with multiple trips to the national championship in the BCS era.
Yep.
The ACC, Big 12, and Pac-12 dominated. And what happened? The SEC rose, the rise of the SEC, the rise of the Big Ten, and guess what? The Pac-12 is, well, it was demolished, and now it's coming back. It's coming back, but it's a skeleton of itself right now.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's a skeleton of itself. The Big 12 is crumbling. So the Big 12 brought this bill to try to save college sports. Well, you know what? In 5 years, everything could be changed again. We don't know how that works. So the key to all of this is you have to make it equal you have to make it fair for everybody. And as long as you let conferences do whatever they want, you're never gonna get fairness. You're never gonna get fairness in this until you get everybody in the same room and say, all right, here's what we need to do. Here's what we need to do for our sport. And until you can get everybody on board, you're never gonna reach that.
There's one other story that Deets wants to hit. Let's put a pin in that there.
Yeah, I was just gonna say let's go to a break and then we'll come back. Then we'll come back to the playoff.
When we come back, playoff. What are you talking about? Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? And Deets is gonna go off on the playoff. And then we'll be at the top of the hour, and then Allison Moran will come in, and boy, we got some questions for her. Back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
'Cause we take this job so serious.
Here, bronzexuals.
You fool! What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Before we go any further, I learned something last night about someone that's a very dear friend. His name is Jay Quimby, and his wife Becca and I were exchanging messages last night, and Jay has cancer.
Crap.
And that part hurt, but it also hurt to find out that, and I'm going to cry, that his cancer is terminal.
Oh.
She told me in a message the cancer he has is terminal. Sadly, they have no cure, so we are doing treatment to give him time from what we have been told, but we are determined to live life to the fullest, take each day as a blessing, telling cancer to F off as much as we can. He has beaten many odds before. Yes, he has. Jay Quimby, a member of the Legacy Maker Sports Network, along with one of my other buddies, Darrell Owens. Oh, this hurts. This hurts me so much to learn that someone very dear to me has cancer and it's terminal. Well, Jay, I want me and the crew to get a chance to hang out with you, no matter how much time you have left. So I'm going to revive something And forgive me, y'all. This just hits me in the feels. Okay, from a person who has taken on and beaten cancer and was given a death sentence of his own. This just hurts. So, Jay, Becca, we're going to support you from here as much as we can. 55 after the hour, 5 minutes before the top of the hour. I promised Dietz I'd let him go off on the college football playoff. I'm going to keep that promise. It's going to take us into the new hour. This piece of news is just hitting me hard, so need to get back to living to the fullest. So they're going to expand the college football playoff to 24 teams. They're going to just jump right over 16 into 24.
That's insanity.
That's stupid.
So, which means
that's stupid.
The college football playoff will basically start.
That's the most wild part of this story. And I saw this when I saw this story of college football committee, whatever the committee was, expanding the playoff. I was like, okay, we all kind of knew that this was going to happen. But then you read expansion to 24, which the most talked about thing was expanding to 24. Not even outrace 16. It went right past 16 and went to 24. And then you start to see people asking, well, there are still big questions. There are big questions now. There have been big questions when you went to 4 teams. There were big questions then. There were big questions when we thought you were going to go to 8 teams. There were big questions when you expanded the state itself. There are big questions right now that make no sense. Every one of their questions was about, well, how do we televise it? How do we get every single question was not about how are they logistically going to pull this off. It was how are we going to monetize it?
Right.
Every single one of their questions was not about they're missing the big question. And the media is too scared to even bring it up because they know they make too much money off of this. They know they're going to make more money no matter what happens. I said this for years. I said it when it was at 2 teams. I said it when it was at 4 teams. I don't care how many teams you have. I don't care how many teams you pick. You could do a 60-14 tournament. It doesn't matter. It's how do you pick the 24 teams?
Right.
How do you select those teams? What is the criteria for making the college football playoff? What happens if a team meets that criteria and does not get it? What happens if a team meets that criteria, meets criteria you met, but they're not in the top 24? They're not in the top whatever your ranking system is.
Right.
If somebody has reached that, I mean, just look at what happened last year. The ACC champion did not even make the college football playoff.
Nope.
So, are you telling me the college football playoff? Are you telling me conference championships don't matter? Right? That's basically what they told you last year. Basically, because Notre Dame didn't get in, they've carved out some stupid rule that says if Notre Dame is in the top 10, they're automatically in. Well, what about other teams that are in the top 10?
Right.
Are they automatically in, or do they not? Does a team like James Madison, who wins their conference, but they're ranked 24th in the country, do they get into the playoff? Will they ever get a home game in a playoff, or will they always have to go on the road to somebody who finished 5th or 6th in the FCC. What is the criteria for getting in? And stick to that criteria. That's what you should be asking. What is the criteria? And if the criteria is it's a list that we create at the end of the year, you've already failed. You're already set up for failure. You're going to fail.
I go back to 2020.
Criteria and
I go back to I go back to 2020, and the reason I want to go and the reason I want to go back to 2020 is because there was a situation that had it played out the way it was supposed to play out, that would have thrown the committee into a tizzy. And the situation was this. The Big Ten Championship featured a team that was supposed to get there and a team that was not supposed to get there. The team that was supposed to get there was Ohio State. All right? They roared through everybody. The team that was not supposed to get there, that roared through everybody, was Northwestern. And I am one to tell you, they have had it out for NU the 2 times they participated in the Big Ten Championship, 2018 and 2020. Dietz and I talked about this because everybody, all the bigwigs were rooting against Northwestern. And the reason I'm highlighting 2020 is because Northwestern led the Big Ten Championship for 3.5 quarters. Which brings this question to mind. If Northwestern had won the Big Ten Championship in Indianapolis, Indiana, would they have made the playoff? Because they would have been Big Ten Conference champions. Or would the committee have found a way to keep them out? That's the question I have for both years, 2020 and 2018.
Remember, we can go back. We can go back even further. We can go back even further than that to when they started doing this whole. All right, everybody's going to have a championship game, and the conference championship game winner is going to play in a major bowl game. Does anybody know when that stopped? That stopped after UConn and Dan Orlovsky won the Big East, and nobody expected them to do anything. They won the Big East and had played in the Fiesta Bowl and got put in the Fiesta Bowl. That's when they stopped going, hey, the conference championship, no, we're going to make sure that there's criteria for playing in those big games. And then they started extrapolating those big games into being, now they're going to be part of the playoff. Now they're going to be this round. They're going to be that round. Expanding the playoff. We all knew it was going to happen. I said it on this program with Cole Johnson. When he asked me, what do you think about the 12-team program? I said, ask me what's 16. That was my first response. It's going to be 16 before we.
They
now it's not even in that. They skipped right over that to go 24. What the logistical problems of a 24-team playoff? Like, you're basically penalizing. You're penalizing teams for winning their conference. You're penalizing teams that play in conference championship games. If you can get in the playoff without having to play conference championship weekend. Like, I would much rather have that week off. You're third in the SEC. You don't play for a week. You still get in the playoff, and you don't have to play Georgia or Alabama or whoever the number 1 SEC team is. They're probably pretty good on defense. They're probably a hard-hitting team. You're probably going to be playing in a dogfight.
Yep.
So you're better off finishing 3rd or 4th still getting in the playoff, having a week or at least 2 weeks off, and resting up and playing the next game.
Mm-hmm. They'll never. They ain't gonna figure this out. I want you to put a pin in that, Deets, till Monday, because I'm gonna give you the full first segment on Monday to break all this down. We're at the top of the hour. In fact, we're 5 past the hour. We'll take a break. We'll come back with our ID, and there's a redhead waiting for us. And some fellow with the initials KZR. I don't know what the hell is that. I don't know what the hell that is. I mean, what is he?
I
like
got no idea.
Is he like a what?
He must be a stooge. He's got to be a stooge.
Oh Lord!
Y'all
know exactly who it is.
He's a mook.
He's a
moolie. He's a moolie. I can't say it the way I want to say it. Second hour, Snowman in the Morning. Introduce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central. Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text. Delete.
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can be the black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, No, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel. Cause we take this job so serious.
I'm on Alarm Island. Give me them cocks!
What in the all types of blue hell?
This is Snowman in the Morning.
I hate it here. I hate it here.
I'm crying. I've been crying during the break because of what I found out. We owe you an ID. This is Snowman in the Morning.
You're listening to WQVZ, 1700 AM Mission Radio.
Broadcasting live in your region, across our nation, and around the world.
I'm on Alarm Island.
Put somebody in the middle of the field. Like, it's not hard.
You tripping. The is that?
I am cute.
You fool! We need to see.
Get out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
Now get the hell out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
Now get out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
Give me them cocks.
I got something.
We have to end the package like that. Boss, talk to me.
Hold on. I got some.
Guys, hang on. Guys, hang on a second. I found out the cancer that Jay has, and it's really hitting me.
Is it pancreatic?
It's stage 4 bile duct cancer.
Oh.
Ouch.
And they're afraid that it has spread to his lungs.
Oh, Jesus.
It's really hitting me.
Boss, you know,
from a guy who, his wife Becca just got back to me. Stage 4 bile duct cancer that is in his lymph nodes in the liver, and they also believe that it has spread to one of his lungs.
Boss, you know we can take all the time we need, man. You know how this is.
Right.
We don't need to keep going. We got you. We got to cut it. We can cut it.
This one's hitting me hard.
Look, everyone understands, man.
This one's hitting me hard. This one's hitting me hard from a fellow who took on cancer, was given a death sentence and beat it, to finding out that a dear friend of mine, his cancer's terminal.
Boss, like I said, you know what we can do here.
Hurts. And I know I got people waiting for me, but
no,
y'all are just gonna have to forgive me.
This is more important.
Just forgive. Y'all just gonna have to forgive me, because I'm gonna cut this short. I need to, and I have to.
Boss, you're good. We'll catch everything up on Monday.
When I find out. Let me have these few minutes, please.
Do it. It's all yours.
There's a lot of people that don't understand what it's like to have a friend or a family member go through cancer and how hard it hits you. Cancer took away both of my parents. I lost my dad to prostate cancer in 2007, and I lost my mom to colon cancer in 2021. Those were death sentences, and I didn't see either of them coming. As y'all know, I had stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Stage 4! And I was told by Duke University I wasn't going to be able to make it. They told my wife to get her affairs in order. And I beat it. We beat it. And it's always a team effort. Since then, I lost a couple people that were dear friends of mine to cancer. 2017, I lost a fellow by the name of Greg Schwartz, who was one of my broadcast partners. I lost him to the same thing that Jay has, which is bile duct cancer. And to find out that my buddy Jay Quimby, like I said, a founding member of the Legacy Makers Sports Network, has bile duct cancer, and it hurts. It hurts and it's hitting me in the feels, and y'all are just gonna have to forgive me because this one is hitting me. Anytime I find out that someone close to me has cancer, it hits me hard. It hits me hard. Hell, we just went through a scare with, and I didn't want to reveal this on the air, but went through a scare with Jody. Thank God that was nothing but a scare.
I remember you talking about that with me.
We still don't know we still don't know what's going on with her. And y'all want to know why I do as many games as I do and as many shows as I do? That's it. That's it right there. To get the stadium tour started, the road to recovery, so I can go around the country and tell people that have cancer or have beaten cancer, you can beat anything. And the stations are just going to have to forgive me for my next set of sentences, but if I could beat stage 4 pancreatic cancer with the prayer group that I've had and the people that are in my life, including Allison, including Deets, the dog, Victor, and goddamn it, Jay Quimby, you can beat bile duct cancer. I will not believe that this is terminal, even though Becca told me it is terminal. And it really bleeping hurts.
Let it out, boss. Just let it out. Just let it out, man.
Anytime someone close to me gets cancer, it punches me right in the gut. That's why I want to do the stadium tour. That's why I'm working on becoming a speaker across the country. That's why I'm writing a couple of books. The first one is Diary of a Mad Snowman, which is going to detail my fight with cancer. It's going to detail everything that we went through, everything that my dad went through when he had prostate cancer, and he fought it for 15 years. He didn't tell anybody. He didn't tell anybody until the summer of 2006 when he brought me and Nicole, my sister, together and gave us the news. He was going through chemo and radiation, just like Jay is, and it ate him up. It ate my dad up. By the time I came to see him one night on June 4th, 2007, and I had a choice to make that night. Was I going to go see my friend Rusty get married, or was I going to go do a baseball game? And y'all know Dad got me hooked on baseball. Dad got me hooked on baseball. When I saw him, like I said, June 4, 2007, and he was not himself. The cancer and the radiation ate him up. And that's when he told me, you stay busy. I was crying during the break when I got the news. I got the news last night from Becca that Jay's cancer was terminal. And it hit me hard. It still is, and it always is going to, considering the fact that I was given a death sentence in 2021 by Duke University Cancer Center. And yeah, I still got a notion to stick a lawsuit up their asses about that.
It's like my grandma too.
And to everybody that has helped a snowman get back, come all the way back from all of the ailments that I went through in the past 3.5 years, I thank you all. I want y'all to do me a favor. I want y'all to keep Jay Quimby in your prayers, his wife Becca, and their family, and the Legacy Maker Sports Network family. Like I said, when I saw my dad on June 4th, 2007, I knew what I had to do. I had to go do a baseball game. I let it out that night before I went on the air. I let it all out. Because everybody that fights cancer, some win, some lose. I know that. Everybody that fights cancer to me is a hero.
Oh yeah. And if I could say something, Snowman, I got a friend of mine, Blake York. He always he plays games with me on Xbox, and I talk to him on Xbox all the time. He's heard you do games, and I told him about you, and he said that dude's a fighter because that takes people. The cancer that you had, it takes people. He's known it. He says that dude has mad respect because that's a fight and a half, and he won it. So
Blake, I love you for that. I mean it. I mean it. I mean it. I mean it. I know I'm a people person. My wife says it to me all the time. She kids around with me about it. And it's who I am. That's why I want to do the stadium tour. That's exactly why I want to do the stadium tour, because, you know, Allison Moran just told me in the private chat that I was given a mission. That's the mission right there. That's the mission. To see every stadium in the country, every stadium in North America. Hang out with my buddy Rod Peterson in person at a Grey Cup game. I wanted to make the one in Vancouver. Couldn't make it because of health problems. I'm going to keep trying, damn it. Hell, y'all want to know what one of my real goals are? To take every core member of the snow crew to Los Angeles for 61. Every major event, the college football championship in Vegas, the Final Four, Super Bowl 61. I want to live life to the fullest with people that are very dear to me. I want people to know that you can beat anything. And it's pissing me off that I'm losing another friend to cancer.
we haven't lost him yet. And if
I know.
you can beat it, he can.
He will beat it. I don't care if they're giving him a terminal diagnosis. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at all. If I could beat stage 4 cancer, so can he.
Right.
And I believe he will. It just hit me in the feels hard to learn all of this and to realize that his fight, their fight, is still my fight. Every day it's a fight for me. It took me 2 years to get back to full strength. And then y'all know I lost my my toes. And I was in a wheelchair for a year. And I got to flat out tell you, and this is the first time I've admitted this on the air, I was flat out scared to use my legs again. I got so used to being in that damn wheelchair. I got so used to sitting down, and I still have days where I sit in this chair and I think, am I going to even get up and move today? It is really a mental and emotional fight. It's a fight and a half.
Yep.
The physical part is like, so a lot of people that I've talked to that have survived cancer told me that the toughest thing is the physical rehab. That's bullshit. I can tell you as a man that went through it, it's up here. It's the mental aspects because it's going to mess with you. It's right here. It's the heart. It's the soul. Because I had chemo. I took oral chemotherapy. And the way they set it up for me, I don't know how they set it up. I don't know how they set it up for Jay. I think Jay goes into a facility. I don't know. I have not learned all the details, but I'm just basing this off of what I saw with my dad and what I went through. I had oral chemotherapy to try to shrink the tumor. And I want to tell you, from a person that went through chemotherapy, that was the worst experience of my life. 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. I would have to take these pills every day for 2 weeks. And y'all gonna have to forgive me, but I'm not gonna play any intros. I'm just gonna bring the rest of the crew in so they'll know what's going on.
Okay.
I had oral chemotherapy for 3 months. 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
The 2 weeks on were horrible. Horrible. And I still have days where my brain is gone. Let me just be totally real. And and people would think, aren't you okay from brain fog from chemo? No. Hell no, I'm not okay.
No, because chemo has a lot of lasting effects.
And I'm not trying to be mean or anybody, but for those of you who don't know, chemotherapy involves poison. It is a hard poison to try to remove cancer from your body. And I can tell you 75% of the time it does not work. And I know that from experience because I saw what it did to my dad. And then I found out what it did to me. And I was only on it for 3 months. Dad had chemotherapy and radiation treatments for 2.5 years. I only had it for 3 months. And I still have my foggy moments. I still have moments where I forget a lot of things. And Mom told me, God rest you, Mom. Mom told me once upon a time that my brain was like a steel trap.
Yeah.
That I remember everything, that I have a photographic memory. I can tell you honestly, I got that from Mom. That started dissipating when I got on this chemo.
I mean, we call you the almanac for a reason.
Mm-hmm. My friends in high school were calling me the almanac. When I hear of someone very close to me getting cancer, it hurts because I've been there. I've been there, done that. I got the t-shirt, and I'm proud to say I burnt the son of a bitch when I got done with it.
Yep.
And Jay's going to do the same thing. When I rang that bell at Wound Care a year ago, I could barely walk, but I didn't care. I kept a promise. I kept a promise to those at Wound Care in Columbus, and I kept a promise to my family that I would be done with wound care and I would ring that bell. And all the nurses there said, how are you going to ring that bell? I said, I'm going to turn that sumbitch over and make it as loud as I can. I didn't turn it over, but it was a loud ring. We just all need to put our hands together and pray for Jay Quimby, for Becca Quimby and their family. They are a family to me. And though the diagnosis is that his bile duct cancer is terminal, I ain't buying it. He can beat it just like I did. And I will be on a plane to see him when that news happens. I've had someone ask me last night while I was doing the Indiana Fever game, why do you do this as much as you do? I hope this part of it answers your question. That's why I got 2 to do tonight. I got a doubleheader tonight. I got a tripleheader Saturday. And I got more to do on Sunday and Monday. I'm planning to revive Monday Night Baseball. Like when ABC had Monday Night Baseball, I may switch it to Wednesday, but I plan to do as many play-by-play reps as I can because I know that call's coming for me.
Wednesday strikes out.
When someone wants me to be their lead voice. And Learfield, I hope you're listening. I've been through hell, and I'm still here. My wife has been through hell with me, and she's still kicking. And she ain't getting cancer either. It was just a scare. Hell, I got a scare in 2019 when I thought I had the same kind of cancer that my dad had, which was prostate cancer. Nope. It was only a scare. 2 years later, went through the fight and won it. Every time I find out that someone dear to me has cancer, it hurts because the first person very dear to me to have cancer, and it hit me hard, was my dad. And to find this out last night, it kept me up because I know what fight he's going through right now. And it's a royal pain in the ass. But if I can beat it, he can too. So to everybody who asks me why I do as many games as I do, why I get all the support that I do, why I bust my ass to do this, I have 3 reasons. One of them is my family. I cannot show enough love for my wife, Jody, and my children. Give me this camera. Give me this camera. I cannot show enough love for Jody and my kids because every time they have been there for every health ailment I've gone through just in the past 3 years. Matter of fact, when I took a tumble at home, we were living in North Carolina. When I took a tumble, it was Sonia that came flying out of the room to find out what's going on. It was Sonia, my daughter, my eldest daughter, who called 911 and then told Jody what was happening. And then Jody came a running. Were it not for those 2 pretty ladies, I wouldn't be here. I mean it. Were it not for Cheyenne and Sam and Carmen and Dakota, I wouldn't be here. They've all put smiles on my faces. Hell, my son at times is goofier than me, and I appreciate that. Dakota, I appreciate that more than you know. I know Jay and Becca have kids, and I know it hurts them like hell for them And for anybody who has gone through cancer, is going through cancer, I need you to know something. It can be defeated. It can be defeated. I know old Snowman's trying to get back on his feet so he can help his family. That has always been my purpose. I've had people, I've had, and Shane and Victor know this. I've had people come to me and ask me, why do you have a GoFundMe out there? You're capable of working. Well, I was disabled for 2.5 years. I was at the point where my body was a limp noodle. And I mean every single word of that. I had to do something. I don't want to be one of those where I say, well, I tried my best and then walk away from something I know I can give my all to and help people in the process. I help people in the process using my voice. I help people in the process using this microphone. I help people in the process with the crew that's surrounding me, including Jody, including Sonia, Cheyenne, Sam, Dakota, Carmen, including Allison Moran, including Droid, including the Big Dog, Victor Locke, Chris Deeds, everybody. Ryan McCoffey, everybody in the snow crew. Everybody in the snow crew. Not only do all these people keep me afloat, they keep me thriving, okay? I am who I am, and I ain't changing for nobody. I wasn't supposed to make it to 50. I'm at 53 right now, and I'm about to be 54 next month. My wife's birthday is Monday, and I'm going to do everything I can to celebrate that. I haven't figured out how yet, but I'm going to celebrate it. And I want to say this to Jay Quimby and his wife, Becca. Live every day like it's your last. Live every day how you want to live it. Live every single moment. Live in every single moment. Live with every single moment. Be in every single moment. That's a lesson I'm learning once again. All the times I get a chance to travel with Jody, no matter what we're doing, no matter what we're doing, we could drive to Cincinnati to pick up a file cabinet that we're going to use, or we could drive down to Tennessee for the weekend. I'm learning to live in every single moment again. Do I have times, and I'm going to admit this on the air, do I have times where I'm afraid my body will turn against me while I'm on the road? You damn right. You damn right. Sometimes I'm so afraid that my stomach's going to act such a fool that we'll be on the highway and all of a sudden my stomach will just start doing backflips. And I've got to get over that. Period. I've got to get over that. And I know that, and I will. I will. It's just going to take a lot. It's going to take a little more time than I expected. So what? So what? Jay Quimby, if I can beat it, you can beat it. No, change that sentence. If I beat it, you beat it. I really believe, Jay Quimby, you will beat this. I hope everyone that's listening on our radio stations and on our television stations understand why I've taken the last almost 40 minutes and why we're going to get out of here early before we complete the hour, because I know how I am when I find out something very emotional. This one's hitting me. But that's also why beginning Monday, you guys will see the Snowman Stadium Tour GoFundMe pop back up. And it's not just about visiting stadiums. It's about me affecting people in a positive way. I have learned from the great Tom Grassi, who is in the process of doing his 30 and 30 for the second year in a row. He's raising money for St. Jude. I want to raise money for cancer research. I'll say it again, Jay Quimby. You're not alone. If I can beat it, so can you. Thank you all very, very much for that. Thank you for the time. I appreciate it. And I'm going to keep a promise to Allie. Next Friday, third hour is all yours. I just needed this one. When I found out the stuff when I found out what I found out, I had to express it. And I hope that's okay. Thanks, folks. Have a great weekend. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they're simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We're doing it every day. And we hope you all are too. WNBA doubleheader tonight. And I'm going to make tonight where I relaunch the Snowman Stadium Tour campaign. I love you all very, very much. Thank you, crew. I love you guys. We'll see you on Monday, back at 10 a.m. for a full 180 minutes. So long, everybody. I leave y'all with a promise. I will keep fighting every day to get this together. Not just in putting the podcast out there and the games out there, but for people to see me and know that if you can dream it, it'll happen. You can make it happen always. So long, everybody.